This is Jean-Pierre Labourreau, the Super Affiliate Network Senior Coach and VP of Sales. I'm a multiple six-figure earner, come from very humble beginnings, just got online about 1.5 years ago, and with Misha's mentoring, his coaching, and in another program, I was able to skyrocket up to that multiple six-figure level in a few short months. So I'm here today, as I am always, with my SAN family. Let me jump over here really quick. What is up, everybody? Hey. Happy to see everybody on here. All right, guys, so I have a treat for you this morning. We have Karen Richardson. She's one of our top producers. Karen, I'm blanking stats like I usually do. I should have had that intro right there in front of me. But Karen has earned tens of thousands of dollars in the Super Affiliate Network in just her first few months. Right, Karen? Yes. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, so forgive me, but she is vetted. I can guarantee you that. Now, Karen is going to be going over something very serious this morning. So something that's going to help you get a lot of engagement, how to get people to stick to your videos like glue. Any kind of videos that you do, your Facebook Lives, how to get people to stick around and how to hook them, right, so to speak. So we're going to go into that in more in just a few minutes, but one thing I do want to jump into really quick is, let me go ahead and share Google Chrome over here. All right, you guys. So those of you on the Facebook Live, I see 4 of you on here already. If you guys want to, well, and you should, if you want to get this daily value that we're delivering to you every single day, marketing tips, tricks, things that are going to help you in your life and your business, I want you to come over here. Let's see. Karen's kids in the background. All right, so come over here to the Super Affiliate Network fan page. That's facebook.com/the Super Affiliate Network. And I want you to hit like right there and then click following. It should make you follow already. And then hit see first and turn notifications on to all of the posts. Now, let me go ahead and jump back over to my screen, everybody. Nope, that is not working. Technical difficulties. Okay, well, everybody, you can see my face right here. Now, we have a free report for you. It is an amazing bonus that Misha put together to help everybody out. Now, this is called the seven deadly sins of internet marketing. And the reason why you have to pick up this tool, I put the link to it in the title for the Facebook Live just a few minutes ago. And the reason why you want to pick it up is because if you're stuck, struggling, spinning your wheels, as Misha loves to say, I can vouch for every single one of these 7 deadly sins. Now, I'll just tap into the first one because if I go over too many of them, it's going to take up the entire Facebook Live this morning and this Cry for Freedom call. And I want to get Karen on here to share with you the value that she has and a lot of steps that lead up to that. So if you have this end goal in mind and you have all short little PDF teaches you, that is your entire plan for everything that you need to do, where you can just switch your brain off and just execute the steps. So go and download that. It is extremely valuable. I've applied every single one of those tools to my own business life and my personal life. And it's really, really powerful. So let me figure out how to.
And guess what? In each opportunity, there are thousands of different people. And the idea of using video is to make yourself stand out. Study how they behave. Look at their body language. Are they engaging? You can see I've got a plaster on my finger, but I use my hands a lot and just work out whether they're friendly, whether they've got a big rock in their hand that they're planning to use hands. It engages trust with people, and that is actually sort of a kind of a problem. And I know some of you have seen it, but there was that new live tool, the Be Live TV. I got so much feedback from that. People were so happy that I'd shared that. Don't keep this stuff to yourself. You've got to put it out there because, when you give this really great information, the law of, I'm going to get the pronunciation here now, the reciprocity. You know the one I'm talking
Reciprocity.
About. Thank you. I always almost trip over that. I thought I probably really shouldn't talk about this because I am just going to fall over. So yeah, that kicks in, because then people are going to be grateful for that. They're going to remember you. They're going to come back to you. They're going to want to see your lives. You know, that is going to start kicking in for you. More and more people are going to engage because you're giving out great and useful information. I say things that work for you in your business. It doesn't all have to be business. You know, people are looking for a connection with you. Take them for a behind the scenes around your house and, you know, where you work. And I've done quite a few in my back garden. I remember I had one where I was doing a live broadcast and my husband saw a rat and ended up running across the garden with a spade. So I just filmed it. It was great entertainment. But people are looking to be entertained. And, you know, if you can make them laugh, that is a great one. I'm not necessarily saying you should come on and do knock jokes, but, you know, if something funny happened, just pass it on. You could just do a little 2-minute live and just, I've got to share this with you. It's great. So one of the greatest ways to really help people is when you've overcome a specific struggle. And it's got to be when you've overcome it. You don't want to do a live when you're in the middle of a struggle of something, because it's just going to sound like no, I'm having trouble with this. You know, it's just going to sound like a moan. But if you overcome a struggle, you found a solution. So talk about that. I've talked about it before many, many times. You know, when I was bullied when I was younger, it really dented my self-esteem and my confidence. And then I talked about what I did to restore my confidence. I wrote a blog post on how to become more confident. And obviously, if you're doing a live or a video, you can drop that link in. You know, it's a direct link then to your website where you're going to have all your opt-ins. You know, and people loved it. And I remember getting so much great feedback from, you know, imparting that information and how I overcame my lack of self-esteem, my own confidence issues, because it's such a common problem. People then remember you. They will then tune in again. So they're going to be looking, you know, it is these things that you have this personal connection with people, and it really, really does build that trust. I know we were, you know, watching Jean-Pierre yesterday. I caught up on that today, actually. And whilst the information I'm giving is not as profound, but the information was there, that the value was there. You know, I lost someone, you know, dear to me last year as well. And it's taking, you know, what you can out of those situations. How do you turn it around? How do you, you know, you become your best self, and you decide to take action. You're going to live your best life. You know, these are the sort of messages that people want to hear, and they want to hear it from real people who have had real situations that they need to overcome, and they have overcome, because when they see that you can overcome it, they then believe that they can overcome it. And guess who they're going to talk to when they're struggling to, you know, get their online business up and going? They're going to come to you, because you've already got that relationship and they have that thing in common with you. You know,
you guys, I hope you're getting a ton of value out of this, because this is great for me. It just, it like re-solidifies all the things that I believe in. I mean, in this topic, and I love it. So if you guys are getting a lot of value, like, comment, share. Give it up for Karen. A little hearts floating across the screen.
Yeah. So, you know, it's really look at, you know, just sit down with a notepad, look at what you've recently overcome. Look at what you've overcome. You know, a lot of us have been in this journey for 1 year, 2 years, and I'm sure we've overcome lots of hurdles on that route. And I'm sure there are lots of little snippets of information that you can give to people that they're going to go, oh, thank you. I was looking for that answer. You know, I'm having that same struggle. You know, when you do, this is where your blog comes in, basically. This is where it's really handy, because you can create blog posts around this stuff. You can then send people to your blog, and they can then see what you're doing. And that's where they get suddenly to see what it is you do. You can have like a work with me, and you know, the other thing is with personal branding, which is what this is creating those relationships. It doesn't matter what business you're doing. You could have more than one. You could you know, you could find yourself in a situation like I did last year where I suddenly swapped and changed who I was working with. But if you're always talking about the opportunity you're with, A, people are going to switch off. B, they're not going to share it because it's branded. They're not going to want to share somebody else's opportunity. And ideally, you want that stuff to go viral if you can, or you want a few shares, you know, so that people recognize that this is really good information you're giving them. But as I say, you know, even within your opportunity, there's lots of other people doing the same thing. You want to make sure that you're the one who stands out and that you're connecting with those like-minded people who get you and who want to be your friend, because frankly, you want to connect with these people. And I'll tell you quite a funny story, actually. The video I did that was absolutely pivotal to my success with SAN. And it's a true story. Okay, so literally the day before I signed up with the Super Affiliate Network, I cleared out my feng shui corner because it's in my kitchen, and I've got this big black microwave where my, you know, lovely crystals should be in there. So I thought, right, I'm moving that. I'm putting that into a different corner. I cleaned up my crystals, and I was just like, right, there we go. That's my feng shui corner. It's all nice and clear now. The energy's flowing, and you know, if you believe that kind of thing. And after I had my first couple of sales with SAN, that's what I did my video on. Do you know, I got so much engagement because it was interesting. People were like, oh my God, she did her feng shui corner and now she's making all this money. And, you know, I got so many sign-ups as a result of that video. So it doesn't necessarily even have to be specific to online marketing, if you see what I mean. You know, if you're using sort of techniques of the law of attraction, people love that stuff. They absolutely love it. Just recently, I did a couple of videos and I've had so much engagement. I keep on getting people commenting and lots of feedback and saying, thank you so much. This is such useful information. So all I'm saying is, if there's something you're passionate about, it doesn't have to be on topic. It doesn't have to be about your opportunity. It can be about anything, and people are going to make that connection with you. So you know, your content can be so varied. So you've got the learn, do, teach aspect, you know, the stuff you've learned yourself and done and where you've overcome struggle. You know, teach that stuff. Awesome. You know, let them have a little insight into your private life. I think I did one once when my kids were asleep in bed and they were snoring and it was cute. So I just did one of that, you know, because they want that realness. They want to know that you're a real person. And if you're a mum, you know, you've got to share those things with people. And, you know, with that, you can then talk about how great it is that when you're a mum and you don't have to go out to work, you can be available to your children all the time. That's something I tell all the time because it's true. You know, I get to be at home, which is fantastic. So yes, where were we? Learn, do, teach. Talk about you, the personal connection with you, and that the all important one is the overcoming the struggle, the what, you know, talk about your journey and how you've overcome it, have a positive outcome. And people love that stuff because they are going through the exact same things that you go through on a daily basis. So that's kind of what I wanted to cover. And obviously think about how you're presenting yourself, jazz hands, smile. Yeah, and just think of that, you know, go and check out some people, see who you know, who resonates with you on video and who you think, yeah, I could be like that, you know, I could embody that kind of energy and come across in that way. So yeah, that was kind of it really. As I say, I had a few people asking me questions after the last one, so I hope that's helped and given you a bit of clarification on what you can do on those videos.
Yeah, that was tremendous. I loved every minute of it. Thank you so much for sharing, Karen.
You're welcome.
Now I'm using an external microphone again, and I'm pretty sure that you can hear yourself talk when I'm unmuted, right?
Yes. No, it didn't happen.
Sweet. Awesome. All right. Well, I don't know. Maybe that would problem solved. I'll figure it out. I'll do some more testing because I haven't done the webinar with that, with my external microphone. So I have two of them. One of them blew up and now one of them is working fine.
Oh, great. I'm not getting an echo now. I was earlier, but it seems to be okay now, which is cool.
Awesome. Perfect. Hey, well, guys, this was amazing. Please like, comment, share if you're getting the value. Give us those little hearts and smiley faces floating across the Facebook live screen. My big takeaway from this is polarization, but the attractive character. So letting people get to know you, and as long as you're hitting on certain psychological triggers, you can talk about whatever you want to. You can share whatever you want to. Building the trust is a huge one. It's a huge one. And just being humanizing, like letting people get to know you on a personal level where you're not at this much higher echelon, and being able to see eye to eye with them, like having that kind of reality. So
yeah. I mean, I see a lot of people, they're thinking, right, I've got to do video, I've got to do content, and it's just boring. And I know that sounds awful. And, I'm not talking about anyone here in particular, but, I get people come up on my news feed and they look miserable to start with. And, they're just doing content for the sake of doing content. They might as well just be reading it out of a book. But, I think if you can do something that's got more passion behind it because it's something you've personally overcome, and don't be afraid to go over that stuff again and again and again, not all in the same week, obviously, but you can easily revisit this. I tell my story quite a few times, but you can implement, you can integrate it in different ways in how you're trying to tell your story and how you're trying to tell give a solution to a problem or what have you. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll go ahead and wrap things up then. You're all set?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for being on here. I know you got a ton of value because I got a ton of value. So just want to say hello and goodbye to everybody on here. Thank you, Katie, Ken, David, Francois, and James, Jen Jackson, Roberto, Renee, Carolyn, Daryl, Amber. Thank you guys so much for being on here. And thank you, as always, Karen, for being on here. And we got a bunch of people still over here on the Facebook Live. That is amazing. So that is how you hook people and get them to stick to your lives and your videos like glue. So awesome. Definitely putting it into action. I love it, Karen. People love listening to you talk. So I love having you on here because you always bring value. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and end this live. Let me go ahead and click this button.